The 76ers shocked the sports world by putting up a fight against the second seed LA Clippers in LA without Joel Embiid and without Ben Simmons. Needless to say, I'm proud. But there's still things we got to talk about. What is up, guys? DJ Eastwood here. This is the Run It Back podcast, home of the most honest Philly sports takes on YouTube. Some people don't like it, but it's because... Finish that in the comments for me. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and please hit the like button on the video. Every single like helps this content get ranked higher in YouTube. That whole thing. All right, guys, so the Clippers-Sixers game last night, or yesterday, 3 p.m., mid-afternoon Sunday game. If you didn't come through the live stream, you missed out. But I was going to do this last night, but sometimes I like to wait till the next day just because it gives me time to process, gives me time to think about what I saw, gives me time to bring myself back down if I'm about to overreact to a certain topic or thing that I saw. I had no expectations going into this game, and that's what pissed me off towards the end because I was like, I shouldn't be mad about this game. I'm not supposed to be mad about this game. I was watching this game like there's absolutely no shot in living hell that we're going to beat this team on the road without our guys, and they have a full healthy roster. So I shouldn't have expected anything, and I didn't. And then we put up a fight. I mean, we put up a dog fight. I mean, we came out on the road hitting shots in the first quarter. Are you kidding me? We came out with energy. Guys are making shots. Tobias Harris was shooting the ball, and it was going in a hoop on the road. I couldn't believe it. We were up by 10 within the first couple of minutes of the game. I'm like, all right, we're not going to sustain this, but this is a seriously good start. And in the grand scheme of things, if this team can come out and start like that on the road and have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid back, we have a real shot to turn this thing around. But let's get into some fine details here. Hot start. You know, Tobias Harris had, I think, 8 points in the first 4 minutes of the game. Obviously, everybody knows Shake Milton went off for 39 points, which is just ridiculous. It was so much fun to watch. The dude was just catching fire. He couldn't miss. He was 8 for 9 from 3 in the first. Maybe the whole game, I don't remember, but he only missed one shot in the first half. He had 26 points in the first half, I believe. It was just ridiculous, and it was so nice to see. It was a breath of fresh air, a combo guard who can take the ball, run a pick and roll, and score points. I thought Alec Burks was that when we traded for him from Golden State, but, you know, he hasn't done much yet. Glenn Robinson III coming from Golden State. You know, I mean, it's just Glenn Robinson III, you know what I mean? He actually said that he doesn't know his role in this offense, which, you know, I'm not a Brett Brown supporter, but, bro, it's pretty obvious what your role is. You're Glenn Robinson III. Like, that's what your role is. You come off the bench, you take the ball, you make shots, you fill in where you get in where you fit in. You're a role player. What do you mean you don't know what your role is? Let's not get into that. Shake Milton was amazing. He was out of his mind. It was so much fun to watch. I mean, he had the left-handed poster dunk coming down the lane. Come on, man. He had a couple drives where he did a little Euro reverse layup. It wasn't just three-pointers. He was making plays all over the floor. And, of course, he tied an NBA record with 13 consecutive threes over the course of 3 games, which is also amazing. One thing I do want to say is that people are now saying, you know, you guys say Brett can't develop players. Well, now look at Shake Milton. Brett took a G League player and developed him into an NBA player. Nah, bro. Nah. I got a hair in my eye. What's going on here? Brett did not develop Shake Milton. Anybody that watches the game knows that. Just a couple weeks ago, Brett Brown started Raul Neto. Come on, bro. Don't start giving the guy credit now. Shake Milton only got called up from the G League because of injuries. He only got put on the NBA floor because of injuries. Shake Milton's success in recent games is 100% because of Shake Milton. Don't give credit to Brett Brown. Are you kidding me? Brett Brown does not develop players at all. And moving forward, Shake should be probably a starter or the first guy off the bench, and don't hold your breath on that either. Don't start getting all high on Brett Brown now. Just be patient. He will screw this up. Let's move on, man. So we're putting up a fight in the first half. Runs here, runs there. It was tied at halftime, I believe. And like I say in every video, and I might just make a compilation from all of my videos of me talking about the dreaded third quarter. Now, I want to talk about a common denominator here, because it's been 3 seasons. It's been more than 3 seasons. But in the post-process era, when we're supposed to be trying to win, it's been 3 seasons. And every single third quarter of every single game, it is completely predictable what's going to happen. We make jokes about it at this point. We get on Twitter and say, just wait for the third quarter, guys. It's hilarious at this point. How do you consistently get beat in the third quarter of every game for 3 seasons? The common denominator is the coach. Let's call it what it is. Now, with a game like this where the Clippers had a full healthy roster and we didn't have Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, it's easy to say, well, we just didn't have the talent. It's easy to say we just didn't have the talent to compete. It's a moral victory, and it still is a moral victory, but to me, when you're saying, we just didn't have the talent, that's an easy out for me. If you don't want to analyze this game, if you don't want to look at actually what happened in the third quarter, and you don't want to put blame on anybody because we had no business being in this game, that's a cop-out for me. This game was very winnable. It had nothing to do with them having more talent than us. This game was very winnable. The Clippers have lost to teams they shouldn't be losing to plenty of times this season, and they could have lost to us. But Brett Brown's incompetency in the third quarter killed us once again. Doc Rivers made adjustments. Brett Brown did not. This might be the worst third quarter team of all time. I mean, I'm absolutely serious. It has to be. I've never seen anything like it. Brett Brown does not make any adjustments at halftime ever. And then he comes out, and what he's doing is not working. He does not change it. He rides out the third quarter all the time. He gets destroyed in the third quarter and makes no changes. Furkan Korkmaz was getting abused. You had Furkan Korkmaz guarding Kawhi Leonard. Think about that for a second. Think about it. They're going on a run in the third quarter. They went to an 11-0 run or something, and you had Korkmaz guarding Kawhi Leonard with one of the best young on-ball defenders in the league sitting on the bench, Matisse Thybulle. Now, when the Clippers are underperforming, which they were in this game, that's why we were in it, you should win this game with defense. There's no reason for Furkan Korkmaz to have more minutes in this game than Matisse Thybulle. And Furkan played 26, Matisse played 15. That's just one example. It's easy to say they had more talent. Brett Brown got outcoached in the third quarter. Everybody knows it. Al Horford's defense was atrocious in this game, as it's been for a long time. The no-arm defense, just standing in the lane, just leaning. I just don't understand it. This dude is done. This dude is absolutely done. I wanted to say something else about the third quarter. Oh, yeah. A spark of energy off the bench would be, especially defensively, would be Norvel Pelle. And I'm sitting here saying in the first half, we don't have a backup center at this point. Where the hell is Norvel Pelle? Al Horford's getting roasted on defense like usual. Where is Norvel Pelle? Now, I know Norvel Pelle doesn't have an offensive game. I'm not saying leave him in there for a long time, but bring him off the bench for a couple minutes. Not a single minute in the first half as Al Horford's getting destroyed in the paint. And the second half, Al Horford's getting destroyed in the paint in the third quarter. He takes Al Horford out, and who comes in at center? Mike Scott. This dude played Mike Scott at center over Norvel Pelle. Now, here's the thing about Brett Brown, and I understand what he was trying to do because this is what he does. Brett Brown still thinks that the only way to win a game is to shoot more threes than the other team. That's why he put Mike Scott in at center. That's why he left Korkmaz in for as long as he could. He just wanted to get as many three-point shots off as possible, and it came back to haunt him like it always does. You should have won this game with defense. Korkmaz can't get his own shot. He needs Ben Simmons on the floor to get those open threes. Mike Scott needs Ben Simmons on the floor to get those open threes. That's all I want to say about the third quarter, man. I know we had no business being in this game, but the fact of the matter is we were in it. And Brett Brown blew it in the third quarter, and you know he did. Another thing that took us out of this game was the NBA officiating. And again, I don't like to blame referees for wins and losses. But you watched the game. You saw what happened in the second half. Every single call went for the Clippers. Every single one. Bro, they were getting foul calls where people were literally not touching them. And if you're going to call the game that way, that's fine. But on the other end, our guys are getting absolutely tackled in the lane. No call. Shake Milton drives the lane, gets bumped so hard, literally gets pushed out of the lane. He got tackled. No foul call. Come down the other end, Al Horford plays absolutely no defense on Montrezl Harrell. None. Doesn't put a hand up, doesn't touch him. And a whistle. Even the ABC announcers are like, I don't know where the foul is on that play. They see Shake get bodied out of the lane. They're like, a lot of contact there, no call. I don't know where the foul is on that. Even the announcers were calling it out. It was horrible. Paul George wants to talk about how we had home cooking when they lost to us in Philly. You want to see some home cooking? Look at this play right here. No call. No call. It was borderline. It was completely obvious. It was borderline ridiculous. Everybody saw what was happening. The referees gave him every single call. Al Horford gets a big elbow from Montrezl Harrell, pushes him back 5 feet as he's taking a hook shot. No call. Furkan Korkmaz gets tackled at half court on a loose ball. No call. It was pathetic. And that did have that had a lot to do with what happened in this game. That hurts me because, you know, when you're putting up a fight against a team like this and you have no business being in this game, and then the team with clearly has more talent is getting helped out by NBA officiating, it just sucks, man. The NBA officiating is so bad, it just keeps getting worse. I just don't understand it, man. The final thing I want to say about this game is that it's a great sign for the 76ers. For us to come out with energy in the first quarter on the road, for us to come out playing like we care, for us to come out getting our legs under us, making shots, it's a great sign. If we can get Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons back and play like this more often, who knows what we can do in the playoffs? I'm so happy we played like this in a road game. I'm so happy. I didn't think I was going to see this the whole season. We finally came out and put up a fight on the road and played like we gave a damn. Moving forward, the big question now is, should Shake Milton be in the starting lineup? And he played alongside Ben Simmons a couple of weeks ago. He had a 27-point game alongside Ben Simmons a couple of weeks ago. I absolutely think Shake Milton should be in the starting lineup. I think Shake Milton is the combo guard that this team has been needing for years. Shake Milton is looking like what we wanted Markelle Fultz to be. A guy that could play alongside of our stars, take the ball, run a pick and roll, make good decisions, get in the lane, hit wide open threes, combo it up, do all those things. I think Shake should be given a chance to start. Now, don't hold your breath. Because when it comes to Brett Brown, who the hell knows what's going to happen? You know? Who knows? Matisse Thybulle, I think Matisse Thybulle doesn't have enough of an offensive game to be in the starting lineup. I like Matisse off the bench defensively. But again, Matisse shouldn't be buried on the bench. I think the Al Horford starting next to Embiid experiment should be 100% done for at this point. But again, don't hold your breath on Brett Brown. I think the starting lineup clearly should be Ben Simmons, Shake Milton, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid, and Matisse and Al Horford coming off the bench. Do your best to never play Horford and Embiid at the same time. But I've been saying this forever. Brett's going to do what Brett's going to do. But we lost this game because of what happened in the third quarter. Had nothing. It's easy to say they had more talent than us. We had a chance to win this game. Give me all your thoughts and opinions in the comments. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back, home of the most honest sports takes on YouTube. Some people don't like it, but it's because some people don't like the truth. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on the video. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back very soon. You have a blessed day. Peace.